Let's go live. Okay. And Maria, and welcome back. I hope you're feeling better.
I'm feeling much better, thank you.
Ginny is back, but she hasn't gotten her voice back.
Oh.
No, she is.
I bet there's some people that wish I didn't get her one.
I don't know if Ashley's back. I haven't seen her. She's back. Seems I must be doing everything right. She hasn't come.
Oh,
Do
right.
okay. Let's do this.
So I am Maria Roy, Legislative Council, and my laptop is on the fritz at the moment, so I'm handing out hard copies
Ooh.
of the proposed amendments. Are also posted online. So as the chair just mentioned, these are amendments to H 648, which is the Department of Financial Regulations kind of annual housekeeping bill on banking and securities. So there are 4 instances of amendment. The first one is in section 1. This is just, this has to do with consumer litigation funded companies under existing law. They are required to be registered, get a registration. The proposal is to change that to a license. They get a license, just, essentially change the terminology, but, making the language of the statute a bit more consistent. Anyway, there was one instance where the term registration was not changed to license. That's the first amendment is fixing that.
Big scriptures.
Yes. The second instance of amendment, you'll remember there were some proposed, so throughout the statutes, there were proposed kind of definitions, clarifying what different terms mean, financial institution, right? Because it comes up in different contexts, but it's not always exactly the same. So there have been a lot of amendments trying to clarify for each chapter as appropriate. However, there was one section, and it concerns community reinvestment, the Federal Community Reinvestment Act, which is cited in state laws. And originally the proposal was to strike the term financial institution and replace it with a broader term person.
Yes.
And then this committee said, well, should it be Vermont person or Vermont financial? And needless to say, because the terms are really set by federal law and it's a little bit complicated, there isn't an easy way to use the right terms without being sort of confusing things with respect to Vermont terminology. So the proposal was simply to delete that section of the bill and just leave it as is, because there's really no confusion for the banks that are subject to the federal law. So now it just says deleted under section 22.
Are you saying that we put something in law that was so confusing that nobody can understand it?
The federal government put something in law that didn't comport with Vermont terms.
We are perfectly understandable. Okay. So we tried to fix it, decided we couldn't
Because
fix it,
it's a
so
little
we're deleting the fix.
Yeah, at least for now. There's a better way to address it in the future. We'll be back.
Okay.
So the third instance of amendment, this just had to do with the virtual currency kiosk. I believe you ultimately decided to extend the moratorium for 1 additional year. So it's set to expire this July. So now it will expire next July.
So that is the sort of compromise between just getting rid of them altogether or having them come into effect.
Yes,
Okay.
For the record, I'd like to ban them outright.
we can, but we would have to take testimony.
So we could introduce a bill next year, those of us who may or may not be back.
We will deal with it again next year. Okay.
So then the final amendment, 4th amendment, this is section 48. And this has to do with exemptions from state notice filings for certain federal securities transactions. One of the, what's that?
Page, this is on.
You know, I don't have my draft in front of me,
Page
sorry.
72, line 12.
Thank you.
I know. Thank you,
Not
Joe.
just transportation that can do 80-page billing.
Yeah,
So there were a couple of substantive changes in this section, which is, again, concerning security. So in Title IX, Section 5202, there are some exemptions, for notice filings for certain federal covered securities transactions. And what the department suggested is that the current exception to the exemption. So those entities that would still be required to provide a notice filing under the version as passed the House was really broad. And too broad. They felt that a lot of those federal securities transactions don't need to file notice filings in the state. However, there was one category that they still wanted to require notice filings. And so they basically narrowed the exception to the exemption. So that's it. Those are all four of
And I
the,
assume that the department got most of these.
Most of them.
We got some
the lead
that we couldn't
paragraph.
understand.
Mine.
This one, I'm pretty sure we got. Okay. Okay. Any discussion committee? Anybody on the sidelines that would like to speak? Are we ready for a motion to amend?
I'll make a motion to amend H 468 draft 1.1. Wow, did I split those numbers? 648, H 648, draft 1.1, 420, 1:59 PM.
Okay, so Senator Gulick has moved that we amend H 648 as it came to us from the House with the four amendments, draft 1.1. Dated today, 4/20/26. Is there any further discussion, further amendments? If not, all those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. I hear that as 7-0-0. We now have the bill as amended. I need a motion to further amend or to pass the bill.
I move that we pass 648, H 648, as we just amended it.
Okay. So Senator Hardy has moved that we approve H 648 as previously amended. Is there any further discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Senator Chitnick. Yeah. Senator Beck. Yes. Senator Hardy.
Yes.
Senator Brock.
Yes.
Senator Gulick.
Yes.
Senator Meadows. Yes. Senator Cummings.
Yes, Senator Hardy, since you like fine detail bills, would you like to be the
I would
reporter?
love to.
I seem to have a plate full up there right now.
I am excited. Report
Okay,
the bill.
committee,
I'm assuming you have
good
a.
job. We are
actually did correct.
You're gonna do great.
Okay, 7-0-0. Let's hope we can hold that as we move forward with transportation and the budget and a few other. But that's it.
Wow.
Cool.
That's what
Yay,
we